Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Evergreen podcast, the very first one ever, where people who finish the Evergreen course, I literally hop on this call, on this podcast, break down their business model and how it fits into the Evergreen kind of ecosystem, and how they can utilize it to build their businesses, advertise their businesses differently than everybody else, and all that stuff. So today I have James Foster with me. He helps people with their payment processing issues with Stripe, and we've all been through that ringer with people. Unfortunately, I remember there was one time Stripe did pause my account, probably about a year or two ago, and it was like,
Mhm.
"Whoa, hey, wait a minute, you're messing with the money here," you know. And
It's out of nowhere too most of the time.
it is out
Just
of
one
nowhere.
day.
I will say
Yeah.
that. So it's definitely that's why I started splitting the ways that I get paid up. Right. I was like, if you
Good
can
thinking.
sell me, that'd be great. So, so all right, cool. So James helps people with it, payment processing stuff. Um, he already sent me over his Evergreen ad. I don't know if I can get it to play on here, or if you guys can hear it, but I'm going to try. So we'll see. If not, I will put it below this podcast. But I do want to share it because I think it's valuable to go over it. So we'll start there. Let me share the screen. And James, you let me know if you can hear it or not.
Marketing agencies
Yep.
sending invoices and
Yeah.
being paid through Stripe. If you're receiving more than 20,000 a month or more through Stripe, you're not only at risk of having your account frozen and your money held, you're also giving away thousands and thousands of dollars that could be going right into your pockets. I'm James Foster. I'm a payments processing broker who specializes in helping marketing agencies not only save money, but keep you from having your funds frozen. Now, while like most companies like Stripe, Square, or even your local bank, they're going to try to convince you that their solution is the best for you, regardless if it is or not, regardless of what it is or not. I take a different approach. I have access to dozens of different payment processors, and based on what you want and need, I can give you multiple options so you can pick the right fit that's best for your business. Click the button below this ad and send me a DM. I'll personally help you find the right options to save money and keep your business from bans and freezes that come out of nowhere.
All right, cool. Did your audio stop?
Did I?
Oh, there you are. Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
All right,
I
there we
was
go.
just saying, it's always so weird to hear yourself and listen to
I
yourself.
know, right? So I like that ad. I love how you called out the people immediately. This textbook Evergreen script, right? Call out the people, tell them exactly what you do. No fanciness, no none of this stuff that all the polished marketers do, right? Now the great part about this is if somebody watches 25% of that ad, they're likely looking for that solution, right? Which is how the evergreen model works. So we're going to break this down. I actually took your entire evergreen ad script, broke it down, and helped you. And I'm going to give you kind of the retargeting methods that I'm going to recommend, and then the value videos that are going to go after that in true
Awesome.
evergreen type of right. So the way it works is I was actually trying to get AI to come up with a nice little um, like picture for my model and put it in a little evergreen tree. I'm gonna see if it actually did it and share it because I've been playing around with it and trying to get it to do what I want it to do. Because I'm very visual in everything that I do. Let's see if it did it. And I'm going to break it down because I built a whole Google Doc for you. Oh yeah, it did a pretty good job. Okay,
Awesome.
it's not perfect, but it's close. All right, let me share my screen here. So the way that the Evergreen model is meant to work, and this is the way it's working currently for me. We're going to use this one. It's not fully right yet, but it's close. So you got the Evergreen ad from the top, right? You guys can ignore this retargeting ad one in the middle here. It's supposed to be 3 retargeting ads, okay? And then after that, you want like 10 value videos, which run at like $1 a day each. So, but everything stems from the original Evergreen ad, like that one ad that is meant to be the forefront of everything, right? Because it's the gateway to everything else. And essentially what it does is it creates a closed system. Basically, you create your own economy inside of it, which is really cool. So just to so you know, I'm not bullshitting you guys. My Evergreen ad is running at 8.2x, and it's one ad, but I have retargeting videos and value videos that run in behind it, retargeting everybody that has watched that original ad. Now, one thing we did a couple of months ago with my buyback partner, because I run a buyback business, is we added in a an evergreen ad of his, and what we did was I ran it to my 25% video viewers. Are you following, James?
Yep, for
So we
sure.
created his own version of an evergreen ad inside of my ecosystem,
Mhm.
and then retargeted them with value videos. And our profit went. We spent $1,000 on that total for that month, and we made $15,000 back in profit. Now, mind you, we are buying devices from these people who are running ads too, but to spend 1,000 on ads and get that much in volume in was insane, right? So I say that because I want to just throw that out there. Is you can actually create another offer inside of your own evergreen system, right?
One question for you about that.
Yeah,
Were you in the ad with your partner, were you in that ad as well, or was it just your partner?
it was a completely separate page.
So they didn't even know that it was related to you at
They didn't
all.
even know it was me. Yeah.
I mean, you knew it was they knew it was something they were interested in because they'd watched your
Yes.
video, but as far as being connected with you, so no one could say that it was, oh, because of the Chris's audience. They didn't know it had anything to do with you.
They
It
didn't
was
even
just
know they
another
were
ad.
in my audience.
Okay.
Yeah, they had
Okay.
no clue. Like
Cool.
they just knew, like they saw that guy, but a lot of them didn't even really know I was running the ads.
Mhm.
So I was just
Perfect.
retargeting them from my page to his page, and it was a ping pong effect, right? Because I'm education, he's buying, right? So it was a whole thing. So here's kind of how I want to. I already broke this down based on your script, and I think I'm going to send this to you at the end as well, because I think
Thank
it'll
you.
be valuable. So you got the evergreen ad, right? You got top of the tree, right? It opens with a problem, shows the consequences, introduces you as the expert, James, makes the claim, shows the contrast between Stripe, Square. This is a us versus them kind of thing, right? And it also introduces the unique mechanism. You have multiple people or multiple businesses that you can run the stuff by. And then it also offers a very low friction call to action. Now, yours is send me a message below, which I do recommend because it puts you in direct conversation. A lot of people will say run conversion. I don't recommend conversion unless you're running it to a school community or a landing page, or you're like, to me, if somebody fills out a form, that doesn't really matter to me, because guess what? The conversation or the sale always ends up happening in the conversation anyway. You
Right.
either get on the phone with them, or you're DMing them, or you're texting them. You might as well just start there, right?
Mhm.
So DMs is always the fastest path to cash for me, and it always has been. Like, it's never been people just booking a call from a landing page. It's almost never that, because usually what happens is they book a call, and then you got to close them, you know, in the conversation after that call. So it always ends up back at the same place. That's just my opinion. I could, and I could be wrong, but I've done a lot of sales. So after this, after you start running your evergreen ad, top of the tree, right? After you get roughly 500 to 1,000 people who have watched 25% of that original video, you want to run 3 ads. And I call this the retargeting tornado. Basically, what this is, and you guys might be seeing my ad if you're in this community, I literally show you what I'm doing, and I call it the retargeting tornado. I was like, you're seeing this ad because you watched this ad, right? James, have you seen that one yet?
Yep, it just started coming up a day or two ago. Yep.
Yeah. So there's 3 of
I
them
dropped
running.
the I dropped the tornado icon in
Yeah.
in the ad.
So you're seeing it in real time.
Yep.
That's exactly what that is meant to do. That's the way I set the ads up, right? And you want that kind of aha moment to happen for the people that you're trying to get to as well, right? Like, you see my face and you see me talking about the retargeting tornado, and I tell you exactly why it happened. Very proof of concept type of thing, right? You're already
Mhm.
familiar with me and all that stuff. So let's keep going with this. The goal is to show overwhelming proof and build undeniable authority. And these ads should be roughly 20 to 35 seconds each and built around the first one should be social proof and a case study. Case studies are by far some of the most powerful ones by far. Um, Theme real agencies, and this is AI generated, but I thought it was pretty good. Real agencies who switched saved thousands. Here's the proof, right? You hook them. Here's how one agency saved $3,200 in a single month by switching from Stripe. And then you can see here DM fees. So this one here, the call to action, DM fees in the comments.
Okay.
This is going to supercharge things as well. Remember how I told you guys to drop the tornado? It supercharges engagement, right? Facebook wants three things, and I went over this in the Evergreen stuff. Was they want comments, likes, and shares. That's all they want. That's how they keep people on their platform, and they reward that information, or they reward those things basically. So in your retargeting ads, you want people commenting stuff, and that's why I have people comment a tornado, and it's pretty effective. Retargeting ad number 2, authority and myth busting. Stripe isn't built for agencies. Here's the truth. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, James. You tell me. Is Stripe built for agencies, or is it built for more other things?
I mean, Stripe is kind of, I don't know if what it originally started at, but now it's become kind of this overall processing thing
Yeah,
for so many industries. It's not really built for any one. They are looking for a lot of people doing a lot of different things, but not a ton of volume. They're going
yeah,
for as many as they can. That's how they make. You might not do a lot of transactions, and if you don't do a lot of transactions, then you don't care if your fees are higher than everyone else's. But if you're doing a lot of transactions, your fees matter, and that tends to be the time that people get booted is when they or get their account frozen after they hit a certain amount of month. That's when, nope, suddenly they're too risky if they have an issue.
yep,
So yeah, any company that's doing more than 10, 20 grand a month should really look for someone else.
yeah. So this is a like that right there would be a perfect thing to like put into an ad, right? You start
Right.
doing this amount per month, you should start looking for other options just in case, right?
Hmm.
Because if you get frozen, you're screwed, right? And then this one's like comment options, and I'll give you a custom solution, right? This will open up the DM, right? As people comment options, now you can talk to them. They've given you permission now, right? And it's retargeting the people that have already watched 25% of this video. So
Hmm.
they're likely your ideal client at that point, right? So and I say 25% because Laurel Portier is the one that actually like really shined a light on that one for me. Was like if they watch 25% of your like minute or 2 minute long video, they're invested at that point. If they watch 100%, they're basically going to be a client, right? But that's rare. But you can build up to that using the Evergreen sequence. Um, there's only a couple times now where I recommend 100%. But moving on. So that's the authority and myth busting one. And then the pain and amplifier, hidden cost. Stripe can freeze your account with zero warning. Here's what that actually looks like. Now, you probably have some examples from people that have worked with you on exactly what this looks like. Um, Let me know if
Yep,
you
I got
have or
one I can
not,
think
James.
of. Yep,
Huh?
for sure.
You got one you
Yeah, I
can
know a
think
guy.
of?
Yeah, a guy. It was PayPal, but they've kept his money for 7 years.
Dude,
No
that is
good reason.
crazy.
Yeah, seven
So
years.
that's
Like
an
I don't even know
incredible
how that's
story.
legal. Yeah, I'll
Bro,
definitely be
that
making an ad on that.
definitely make an ad on that story. 100%. I know one of, and you want to frame it this way too. Is like one of my clients had their money held for 7 years. It's never you, right? It's
Right.
always this client, and then segue their story to the people watching the ad, right? It's like here's what happened and blah blah blah. Here's what we did. Here was a solution to fix it, right? So let's keep moving through this. So you can show screenshots, explain 20K held for 90 days, payroll disaster, because that would destroy payroll for sure. Um, And then so the DM here is freeze. It's actually a pretty good one. I'll audit your account for free. There you go. Now, value videos. This is the bottom, like closer to the trunk of the tree, right? We're going down, and now it's getting kind of girthier at the bottom. So bottom of the tree, you need 9 to 10 total pieces for this. Okay. You want to go
Right.
deeper. These are what builds the expertise, the trust, the logic, the emotion. They don't need to be long videos, but they need to be like 3 to 5 minutes. And the reason they need to be 3 to 5 minutes is because this is where you actually show that you know your shit, right? Like, because let's be real, people see an ad, right? And they're like, probably won't be around much longer, you know? And especially if it's a new one with no comments and stuff like. Do you trust ads with no comments, James? Not at
Nope.
all. Not at all. That's why the Evergreen ad is so good, is because when you have hundreds of comments, your trust score goes way up. And especially if they're happy people in the comments, right? So obviously you want these videos to show that you know what you are doing, right? And basically, the way these are set up is like why Stripe freezes accounts, how much you're really overpaying on fees, how to choose the right payment method, right? And you just want to show off your knowledge here. And this is like
Sure.
these can be YouTube videos you've already made. It can be anything. And if you have any long form content whatsoever, this is what the value videos need to be. If you have a YouTube video that already performed well or a Facebook Live that performed well, use it as a value video. It works. It doesn't have to be a brand new video. What I did, and I'm just going to be clear on what I did, is for my value videos, I have hundreds of YouTube videos on like phone flipping, buybacks, all of that stuff, right? I
Hmm.
just took those videos and threw them in as ads. And that's what and on some of them I actually take people directly to YouTube because I want them to see me on YouTube and I want them to see me more in their feed. And you can actually create a cascading effect where they just always see you forever, right? So these are some of the topics that I kind of came up with based on my own experience of this stuff. So like how to choose the right payment processor, right? This is great. Um, what to do if Stripe holds your money? That would be great. That's a very helpful video for people because now it positions you in the right place, right? And then it's be like, all right, so if you never want this to happen again, here's what you do.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So here's what you do. Here's how to fix it, and then here's how to make sure it never happens again, kind of thing. So this takes you from like the guy who just saves people on fees to the guy that actually helped and actually gave a actual solution, right? Because
I,
let's be real, all the payment processor guys, what they're doing is they're just like, yeah, we can save you money on fees, right? But
hmm
like, there's nothing else out there right now. Like, there's nobody that I know of anyway that's like, hey, here's how to fix this problem, and here's how to also make sure it never happens again, right?
Yeah,
And they're
that's
gonna
good.
trust you
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, moving on. Let's see what else we
And
got
even if
here.
there are people doing it, they're not doing it in ads. So I'm already going to
100%.
be,
Like,
I can get
yeah,
in front of the people that they're not.
yeah. The real cost of a 3 month freeze. Why Stripe isn't built for high risk niches. Define high risk. Explain subscription models. Explain the difference between digital services and physical goods. My agency is considered high risk. I didn't know that. This is very true, by the way. Agency courses, things like that are considered high risk always. Like you got to be really, really good at what you do to not get hit, right? Because people do chargebacks, and as soon as you start getting chargebacks on Stripe and PayPal, they really start looking at your account, and they will shut you down very quickly. And this just kind of goes out to people that are also doing that type of stuff. Make sure you're really good at what you do, like, and
Hmm.
actually deliver upon what you do.
For sure.
That's an easy way to get yourself shut down is by not doing what you said you would do. Um, the three types of processors and which ones you need. I don't know the difference between these, but I think you probably do.
Yeah, that's good.
How I can save clients $1,000 to $5,000 a month. This is a great one. This shows immediate value. And then value video number 10, exactly what happens when you DM me, right? this is a great one, is because everybody wants to know what happens next. Like, what if I pay? What happens next? I get this one on phone calls all the time. It's like, okay, I pay you. What happens next? I like to get ahead of that, right? I'm like, here's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen as soon as you pay. We're going to book your 3 onboarding calls. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Here's how everything works. Here's your onboarding document. All of this stuff, right? I like to just nullify that right away. That because I don't want them really asking the questions, because that brings doubt, right? So, in summary, dude, this is your 1, 3, 10 structure. Um, Obviously, the Evergreen ad is your authority ad. This is the one you're going to be getting comments on, and then it's just going to trickle the rest of the way down. Your 3 retargeting tornado ads, case study, myth busting, and then a pain amplifier, and then the 10 value videos as well. All right. So I'm going to send this to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
I like it.
that way you can. Here, James Foster Evergreen ads.
And the idea of the Evergreen ad, yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's less about having just creating one ad and keeping it out there forever. But I would imagine you probably want to try multiple ones to find the one that works the best that you then keep forever, as opposed to just one, right? You probably
That's
want
a
to try a
really
whole
good
bunch of
question.
them and then take the best one.
So right now you're thinking like the old advertiser, right? The
Okay.
agency that's like, I need to throw everything against the wall as much as possible to figure out what works. So if you guys have watched my Evergreen ad that led to my school community, it is made like dog shit.
Mhm.
Like, I did that on purpose. And the reason it's bad lighting, it's me with the background here. It's not good. And I did that for a reason. And the reason was to prove that the ad doesn't even have to be good to be effective, right? I had a guy DM the other day. He's like, "Hey, I'm just leaving my honest review of your ad," and he's like, "I thought it was a pretty subpar ad." And what was funny is this same guy joined the community from said ad, finished the course, and then sent me that. And I was like, "But it did everything that it was supposed to do."
Right. My
So
only
there,
pushback there would
yeah,
be that the triggers. The quality might not have been great, and that's
yeah.
fine, but you knew what your audience wanted
Correct. Yes, that you do have to know. Yeah, you
for
need to
sure.
call out the right person, and then down the list on the script, right? Like, you do need to do that, and that is why it is effective. The reason I don't do polished ads like that is because they don't tend to work well. And this is just me testing hundreds of thousands of dollars with ad spend and just getting nothing back. And the reason they don't work as well is because everybody's used to ads at this point. If it looks like an ad, people are just they're gonna zombify and just scroll past it, right? But if it looks like just a regular person talking, those are the ads I look at. I like to also look at the ads I look at. Like, what made me, like, I'll click on an ad or see an ad and be like, why did I watch this ad? Oh, well, it didn't look like an ad. If it looks
For
more like
sure.
social media and less like an ad, people are more likely to take it seriously. Now, on top of that, James, is a good question. Why don't we create multiple evergreen ads? You can, right? You can do that. Typically, what I recommend is starting off with one, though, because the whole point of it is to get comments, likes, and shares on that specific ad, right? And the reason for that is because the ad is it's not the ad copy that makes it go well or do well. It's the number of comments, likes, and shares. Also, when your ideal customer shares the ad, it's showing it to their friends who are probably like them, you know.
Sure.
So it's almost it's
So
like a referral system.
in my situation, when would assuming they just don't naturally share, comment, and like
Yeah,
it, when in my situation would I ask them to do that? Because with yours it makes sense in that it's an ad program, they go through
sure.
it and
Yeah,
then they go back to. But in a normal or like your phone flippers, when would
yeah,
they ask to go in and
yeah.
have, hey, go back and give me a like or something on this?
So an easy way for the phone flipper guys to do is they do it at the meetup. Like, once the transaction is done. So and I kind of break it into two. Like, if they came from Google, ask for the Google review, right?
Right.
But if they came from Facebook, ask them for the Facebook review. And a lot of times, and I do this too. I mean, I have my own Evergreen buyback ad. Like it runs and it's doing well, right? So I'll get the people that come from Facebook, and that's kind of how I divvy it up. And sometimes I'll double dip and get both, right? If I like the customer a lot, I'll be like, hey, you want to just copy and paste that Google review and put it on Facebook, like. And a lot of times they will if we're cool, right?
Mhm.
But if they came from Facebook, typically I'll just be like, hey, remember that ad you saw? And they're like, yeah. Do you mind if you like just leave a comment on that, just showing that I'm a real person and like I'm doing real business? And they're most of the time they're really chill about it. In your case, I would do it after the first win.
Sure.
That's when I would do it. Like you help
Okay.
them get money back, or you save them $1,000. You want them to comment on your ad about that. Now, since you're just starting, I mean, starting the ads, I assume you've been doing the
Mhm.
payment processing for a while now. I would get some past customers and be like, hey, can you help me out with this? And
Okay.
just share your honest review of my business and how I helped you in the comments below this ad. And then how you supercharge it is you reply as the page, right? And then as yourself. So it takes one comment and turns it into three. So
Gotcha. That makes sense.
that's what I would do.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I hope
Like
this
it.
was helpful, dude. Do you have any other
Very
questions?
appreciate it. No, I think that's everything. Yeah, super appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, guys, if you guys want your evergreen ad looked at, or if you're just working on building it or whatever, I would love to have you on the podcast as long as you have finished the school community. And with that being said, also if you want direct help doing all of this and setting it up correctly in Ads Manager, because Ads Manager can be kind of overwhelming sometimes, feel free to DM me. I do offer that as a direct service to help you guys. So, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next podcast. See you later.